Scholars, welcome back to the counselor's office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, the counselor that encourages you to use critical thinking and not to be a slave to your corpo overlords. That's right, in today's episode of What Are People Mad At Today? Well, Paul Tassi. What did he do? Well, we're gonna have to find out. Go figure it, it's the dumbest thing possible, but what can you expect when you're talking about the lowest common denominator, the lowest IQ gamers out there? And that would be Marabots. So let's jump in, see what it's all about. And I just have to say this right now. It is actually really funny because Paul Tassi has been in, hot water recently. Now, you're probably wondering, why exactly is Paul Tassi in hot water? Is it marathon related? Yes, no. Yes, no. Well, just to give you a little preview, Paul Tassi posted this. Journalist 35 hours in marathon sparks playtime debate. Paul Tassi somehow is in the middle of the drama. So this right here has caused a lot of drama. And you're probably wondering why. Well, because modern gamers are kind of stupid. And when I say stupid, I mean they believe that you need thousands of hours to comprehend or talk about a video game, which I'm going to say this right now. You don't need to go off to the side, pick up a piece of shit, lick it, taste it to identify that it's a piece of shit. You don't need to hold it. You don't have to taste it. If it's a piece of shit, it looks like a piece of shit. It probably is a piece of shit. And that's the same thing for video games. We live in a modern age where you can watch an entire playthrough of a video game without actually touching it, and you can still come to a educated, logical conclusion. Or you could just see some gameplay and be like, that looks like shit to me. That's also fair. Which, by the way, we used to do that all the time when we looked through the Game Informers, or we were at GameStop watching their little, previews of video games, and you're like, that looks like dog shit. I'm not pre-ordering that. But we live in a reality where you don't need to pay $40 to $100 to taste a piece of shit. Everyone can look at the video games and come up to their own conclusion. That's the bottom dollar. That's the final argument. And the reason I bring this up is because everyone believes you need to spend thousands of hours in modern video games to see whether you like it or whether it's good. And that's just not true. And you're seeing this with Paul Tassi. Specifically, we have Tizzle. Poor Paul. People love to project their thoughts onto people when they truly have no idea. So let's look at this. 35 hours is not enough to review the game, which is funny. I love how uneducated a lot of gamers are, but specifically the Marabot community. Marathon fans are just probably the most uneducated group of gamers I have ever seen. Even the most basic research, they can't do. They literally just spew the first thing that comes out of their fucking mind, and it drives me crazy. I have never written a review of the game. I haven't reviewed the game. I've simply wrote a billion total impartial articles and tweets about how it's a dead on arrival game and it's doomed and not good and should disappear and be replaced with a new Destiny game for me. I have never claimed to be impartial, but no, it does not have a viable future. I love Paul Tassi. Fuck you. I never said I was partial. It's so funny that people are getting so triggered about his playtime.
Players. You know you want to hit that subscribe button. That's right, players. Hit that subscribe button. Like the video. Don't forget to hit that bell. When you subscribe, you're going to hit that little bell, and there might be another bell. Hit those bells. Ring my bell, player. Ring my bell. Come on, you know you want to subscribe to the channel. Player, if you don't subscribe to the channel, you're a broke boy, and I'm saying it. Now, if you excuse me, I've got to go ruin some modern games by adding more MTX. That's right, baby.
It's even funnier when you realize that not even IGN has probably done thousands of hours of marathon. Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. But again, people, we got old Craig, which we'll react to old Craig later because old Craig is literally, no one should listen to old Craig. Not gonna lie, this was solid engagement bait. Almost 1 million views. Yeah, y'all fell into the Tassi trap. This checks out. Rent must be due. Y'all make me want to drink alcohol. We have this beautiful comment. If you're curious, Paul has 35 hours played in Marathon and wrote around 31 articles on the game. 300 more hours won't change his performance. Fuck! Oh, fuck. Or importance to Sony or Bungie's live service plan, which is mainly what I write about. Have never written a scored review or claimed to be an expert player. Have repeatedly said it's a great genre game and a genre that isn't for me. Don't engage. 35 hours is more than enough for a game that has a simple loop. How long was Res 9? 10 hours. I had 36 hours in Arc Raiders. I finished my expedition, had millions of credits, and full inventory full of guns. Yeah, I mean, the people that care about this don't care what I say in the first place, which is fine, so there's no real point. And that's the thing. You cannot have civil, logical, fair conversations with these people. These people they're retarded. They fondle the taints of Bungie and of Marathon. They fondle the taint. They don't give a shit. And we'll later in the stream, we're recording live. Later in the stream, we'll show a perfect example of someone who doesn't care about data. They literally will fondle the balls and taint of billion-dollar companies. They do not care about logic and intelligence or any kind of facts. You will always be in the wrong. No matter what you say and or do, you will be in the wrong. It is so bad that even true, virtual signaling Vanguard has actually came to the defense of Paul Tassi, which is funny because he's usually very hypocritical about what he says and does. But we have Mr. Virtual Signal coming out to Paul Tassi's defense. You're going to hate how many videos and articles IGN squeezes out of a 3-hour preview of a game then. I'm a huge Marathon fan, but this tweet is kind of baseless, to be honest. You don't have to have 300 hours into a game to talk about it. Certain aspects of it, sure. But general discussion, absolutely not. This is a lot, this is a huge point. You don't need thousands of hours to have an opinion on a game. You don't need that to play the game to have a conversation about game or its community. You don't. This is just some safe bubble that people like to make to ignore criticism or ignore, facts and logic. Oh, you didn't play the game? Okay, then that discounts anything you say, just completely, nope. You don't have thousands of hours? Oh, I can ignore you. Right? They live in their bubble, their safe space. Even Fallout has come out to defend Paul Tassi in his situation. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's not like his articles are guides or say, I know what I'm talking about. I'm a demon at this game. He's kind of just commenting on the overall state of the game, which I don't know. You don't really need 1K hours to write about, which is great because anytime I've ever talked about Bungie or even Marathon now, It's not like I'm writing guides or, you know, how to do things. I'm literally just having a conversation or talking about it. In a lot of cases, it's also just, you know, stand-up comedy, making fun of the marathon community, the Marabots specifically, not necessarily the average Joes. You know, I always feel sorry for the average Joes in these kind of communities, because there's also Nintendo drones who are delusional, whereas there's fans of Nintendo that are like, I'm not part of that group. But yeah, it's crazy the amount of people who are triggered. I would not be admitting this stuff, dude. 200 hours in Power World. Can you guys give me an album? Sorry, oh Magic Gatekeeper. What game should I have played and for how long? It is crazy the amount of people. You say he shouldn't admit the stuff, but you have an open profile and your stuff is a lot worse than his. Holy shit. Sometimes it's surprising how much research people are willing to do. I proudly displayed, and most of these were when I was a teenager, and half of them are good. That doesn't magically disappear the statement that you are being a hypocrite. Of course, you get damn near 2K hours in RimWorld. I almost got baited into saying that. Crimson Desert is equivalent of Starfield, but for wannabe Ubisoft like RPG enjoyers. True GIF. The equivalent Sora, but for bro, Starfield, Crimson Desert game of the year compared to Starfield. Starfield was a big fat pile of shit. I don't know what again, you're gonna find takes that I wasn't expecting, and that was damn near one of the most retarded ones. Yeesh, he's written this many articles about Marathon. He's only clocked in 35 hours in it. Play a game for 35 hours. Write endless articles about how it's doomed. Beg for it to be shit canned for another franchise, and then act surprised when people call you out on it. Cannot be serious. $35 hours is enough time for a guy who already wasn't PvP inclined on Destiny to know that Marathon isn't for him. Praise be. Oh, look, we got a true legend. We got a true legend out here. Can honestly say I myself haven't really invested a lot of time into gaming this year. Destiny 2, Resident Evil Requiem, and Smash Bros. Ultimate to unlock all characters again. Res 9 Requiem. Oh, that's my game of the year. Oh my god. I wish I could replay Resident Evil Requiem all over again blind. Such a Crimson Desert is fantastic, but Resident Evil Requiem is my game of the year. 35 hours on Marathon. I don't know, man. Seeing how many hours Paul Tassi has in Marathon, everything makes sense now. I'm going to be honest. He probably gave more hours than 90% of people who bought the game, to be honest. That's why you see less people. Like there's like 3,000 players left on Steam. Like obviously that's just concurrent, but it's gonna be the actual people playing is gonna be damn near that number on PC. Yep, that tracks. The CI couldn't waterboard this out of me. People, some of the most deluded people you will ever meet, out here acting like him saying he played for 35 hours is like crazy. Which most of anyone else is like, damn, you spent 35 hours on that game? We need to make Paul play 30 more hours in Marathon. I probably will next season if the PvE is good. I hope it sparks some positive news for once at least. I don't think so, kiddo. Listen, the make or break for Marathon season 3, Oogaloo Boogaloo. For how long this dude spent crying about Marathon, you think he'd put in more than 35 hours as a reviewer? He didn't review it. It's crazy how stupid people are. journalist with almost 1 million followers constantly shitting on and dooming posting about a game you only played for 35 hours and being like, why don't people want to try it out? Marathon deserves so much better than... You know what's funny is that Paul Tassi will have more viewers and people interacting with his content than Marathon will ever have. Let's be $1.50 on that one. Approximate playtime of most of the games I played this year. Warframe, a lot, but less than a year. Okay. Cyberpunk, godly amounts. I love that we're not even giving numbers. We're giving vibes, some little bits. Recently started. We are really going to get to a point where everyone's terrified to say how many hours they played, and we're going to be on and off. What the fuck? How do you equate? On and off. How many hours do you play on and off? We need to start shaming these people. Anytime someone tells you that anything like above, like 30 hours and above is not like something to be like, oh yeah, that's I wouldn't admit that you played that less. We need to start shaming people for having thousands of hours and acting like that's the standard. Like somewhere down the line, people start getting proud about, saying I've got that 3,000 hours. You should probably, that should be where you're being shamed. To be brutally honest, you should be shamed. I feel embarrassed admitting that I have over 13,000 hours of Destiny 2. I feel like when I talked about Stockholm Syndrome, I had to admit that I was one of them. Anytime I talk about Destiny 2 and Stockholm, which even now, I still am playing Destiny at its final stand, its final life, I'm playing Destiny because it's what Destiny should have always been. It's just, unfortunately, there's nothing going forward. But even then, my hours are probably 14,000 hours at this point. Stockholm Syndrome. You break it off for a couple years and you're right. They release and transform the game as a final, like, here you go. And then it's like, haha, we got you to come back. Here's a future that you wanted with a Destiny style that you wanted, but we're not making it. Instead, we're going to focus all our eggs on the shitty Marathon bag, which is not paying off right now. A lot of Marathon articles for 35. Oh my God. So fucking insufferable. I hope he does more articles. I hope Paul Tassi continues to write articles. I'm going to continue making videos just so that these people continue to get pissed because they're never going to be happy. These people constantly engage with hate. And when I mean hate, what they perceive as hate. They cannot stay away. It's like flies to a pile of shit. They cannot stay away from it, which is why they continue to play. Well, actually, that's not true. They're not even playing Marathon. Most of these people spend most of their time online. And this is exactly why every single article he's posted on Marathon is worthless. Game would generally be... It's funny, the fact that you probably read every article he puts out. That's the irony about that statement. You would know it's worthless because you probably read it. My playtime got nuked by the Steam Deck randomly inflating numbers when I'm in idle mode. Dog, I do not have 300 hours on 100 line Last Defense Academy. Okay. 35 hours on Marathon, yet he LARPs and makes articles about what the game needs. Yeah, he's talking about what the game needs to bring players in. He's talking from the perspective of someone who's not interested. So he's talking about what they need to do to bring people like him. Bungie's trying to make all these changes to try to cast a net and catch fish in a pond that doesn't exist. And Paul Tassi saying, hey, you should do this if you want to bring people like me into the game. He's the perfect person to talk about that, by the way. You don't talk to people that already consume the fucking game. They don't fucking know because they love it. You want to talk to the people that don't love it. Those are the people that you want to bring in. If they're trying to cater to you, well, they wouldn't change anything now, would they? I feel like people put so much emphasis on 35 hours for marathon that they probably forgot Paul just reports what he sees and doesn't enjoy the game in the current state. Neither are bad things. It's just a very unfortunate situation of bills have to be paid. I'm curious for the sake of my sanity. Netflix. I don't know what this is. Rockstar. Our creators, GTA. This we get Tassi. It's crazy because all the shit that he's posted. I swear to God, I thought this had to be a mod, but here we are in Fortnite. By the way, just as I bought oh, I'm gonna butcher her name on the video. How embarrassing. Yororichi. Oh my God. I'm sorry, every Bleach fan. I'm so sorry, but I got her. Listen, I don't play Fortnite nearly as much or at all, but I got on and I got that ass. Not that ass, the Yororichi's ass. Yeah, it is crazy of the amount of crap that he's posted, and it's not marathon. Wow. It's crazy. These people act as if Paul Tassi is constantly posting about marathon, and my dude quite literally has posted articles and talked like I don't see marathon. Maybe I the general talk. All right, so here's the first thing about Sony, and he's probably talking about doing Destiny 3. Dead Destiny 2 player count now matches our creators. Waiting. What is this? Oh, box office. So he's talking about movies. All right, here you go. Wait, in marathon lore, former U.S. President Bill Clinton was contacted by... You mean to tell me we could have had a marathon campaign where we played as Bill Clinton? Okay, so classic marathon does not count. All right, here we go. So it's one article. What was it? 5 days ago? There's no fucking way. There is absolutely no fucking way. And then 2 days later, or before that, he posts this, which a lot of people agreed. This is for Reddit. It's not even him. He's just reposting. It's not even one of his articles. It's crazy. Oh, and he just made a general comment on this marathon a day later. But article-wise, we look at articles. People are acting like he is spamming articles, and we are not even like 10 days. We go back 10 days, and I just don't see it. So when people want to rag on Paul Tassi, just remember, this is how retarded they are. That they fabricate a reality, because whenever he does an article, it triggers them so damn much that they can't think straight. Every day is Paul Tassi day for them. Every day is, fuck, that article, I can't believe he wrote it. Because apparently he hasn't done, he's only done 2 in the past 10 days. Listen, there's a reason why no one takes the marathon community serious. No one, if you say you enjoy marathon, no one respects you, especially if you say it out in the wild. If you go outside of your house and say, I played marathon, most people are going to look at you and be like, how retarded are you? Man. And when you go on witch hunts like this and the wider gaming audience looks at you and you're like, why are they attacking a journalist for having 35 hours of a game that no one wants to even give 10 hours to. It really ruins your reputation. People make you look at you like you're delusional. So, you know, the Merabots do what Merabots do. And listen, entertainment. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? We are entertained, Paul Tassi. Thank you for being the gem. Okay, being a gem for us all here, because you gave us some free content with this one. There are some people who are coming out of droves to announce themselves as not all there. And I wouldn't be admitting that, but hey, they did. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. I appreciate you guys checking out the stream. Hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Oh, damn, son.